All right, I'm here with Bobby from Giants Nation Show out here on training camp day, man. How is it feeling so far?
Good. I like the sticker mic. I might have to steal that idea. Good, man. Nice. Like you came with perfect weather because we're both from Florida, and usually I'm up here like, oh, it's so nice. There was like a 3-day stretch where it wasn't Florida heat, but it was actually brutal and humid. But so you got a nice day when you're out here.
Yeah, man. It was super great yesterday, and it was mad hot sitting here in the sun. But we got to see a Wando Robinson touchdown. We got to see a couple different things. It was when he was on his backside, though. But overall, I just wanted to ask and see, what are you seeing so far as training camp going from day 1 to the day, what are we on, 9, 10?
Day 9, yeah.
Day 9 now. And then what's one thing you're excited for looking into the season?
I feel like good and bad, everything has been consistent except for Dart, who I think has gradually gotten better. Today was a rough day, but it wasn't like the first 3 days where he just wasn't throwing the ball. Today was just he missed some passes and didn't see some things the way that he wanted to. But I feel like it's been pretty steady, everything. Russell Wilson has been like the same exact guy every day. He's going to complete a couple passes down the field, and then he's going to get to his checkdowns. On the defense, the pass rush, Abdul Carter, those guys can get after it. The run defense seems like an issue. And then, the receivers, like everything's kind of been consistent, again, except for Jackson Dart, who's like gradually taking steps up, I think, as camp has went along.
You put a tweet today saying that Nacho should be the DT2 of the team. Do you stand by that? Is that something you're looking into week 1?
Yes, so I put that tweet out, and people definitely took it the wrong way, because I think at training camp, people are like, oh, Nacho must be making so many plays, and I'm like, he's got to be defensive tackle too. That tweet was like, I think this defensive tackle group sucks outside of Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
And Nacho's the only one who kind of holds his own, so he should be the starter. Alexander is a rookie, so there shouldn't be that expectation, but he's not ready. And Roy Robertson Harris, every time I watch him, it like makes me angry in the stands. The way just tight end, offensive lineman, whoever, are just able to jack him up and move him wherever they want to go. So people took that as a pro Nacho tweet, and it was very much anti the rest of the other guys.
All right, man. And I got one last thing overall. I think when you're looking at practice right now, Abdul Carter is starting to head into that territory that Malik Neighbors is in, where like we see what he's doing against DBs, but we don't really go against the DB and say the DB's not doing a great job, unless you're Deontay Banks. But speaking on it with Abdul Carter, man, do you think Abdul Carter is going to lead this team in sacks heading into the season?
I really do, and we did our over/under show a few weeks ago, and I picked him as my sack leader on the team, just because Dex, as great as he is, he hasn't had consistently high sack numbers that match what his production has been.
Yep.
And then Burns has only gotten double digits once. Kayvon is up and down. I think it's going to be Carter. I think he's a top 5 player on this team right away. Like you said, he has reached that territory where when a guy gets beat by him, I'm not really thinking of that other guy in a negative light. It's more just Carter is what Carter is. And like Neighbors last year in camp too, where it's like, I'm kind of bored with you being great here. Let's get to the actual games. I
think he's having fun out there, and overall you're seeing him pick whoever he wants and completely dominate, which once again, I don't know how many times we're going to look at JMS get, spin moved on by Abdul Carter, or even thinking about Marcus Bowe gets some good reps on Abdul Carter, but it's going to get that territory where we start treating him like Malik Neighbors. I got one last question for you, man. What is one thing you're looking forward to in the regular season as we head into it?
To me, it's Abdul Carter based. How good can this pass rush be? Can it make this a top 10 defense? I have huge worries about the run defense, but is Carter and this pass rush good enough to get by with that? Can they get enough points on offense to where where this pass rush can take over games? So it's really, like I said, everything else is kind of steady. I feel like this pass rush could be great, but I want to see how great it is against other competition.
Preseason kicking off in a couple of weeks, man, but we're excited for it. Bobby Skinner, Giants Nation, Florida to Jersey.
Thanks, dude.